So, ever since by the way, that clock is inaccurate. The actual time is 9:09 p.m. If you're wondering why it's p.m., well, my windows are kind of boarded up, so I really can't show you. Guess if we just go to a current time, New York, and 9:09 p.m. Okay, so one of the things that has changed since my channel got terminated is that now I'm really into hurricanes. I kind of got into them a bit before, but it was like really August 29th versus September 3rd. And it wasn't really that big of a timeline between events. Now I honestly really want me to get into this. So basically, yeah, and if it was because of lore. Now, YouTube doesn't like it when people talk about disasters, so we're only going to be talking about historical tropical storms. And basically boring ourselves to death on 1940 South Carolina hurricane. Woo! So this hurricane caused 52 deaths and $13 million in damage. As you can see with the path of the storm, you need to kind of look at two tracks in order to really gauge how bad of a storm this was. The first is the meteorological history track, showing a path just north of Jamaica and Hispaniola. Don't let that deceive you. Storms like Gene have passed in very similar motions and have turned out to have been catastrophic. Moved just past the Bahamas into this area, striking as a Category 2, weakening to a Category 1 tropical storm, curving off as a tropical depression. But you don't know exactly where it struck. This map tells you it made landfall in South Carolina and caused very heavy flooding across South Carolina, Georgia, North Carolina, and Virginia. But a map of it would tell, by the way, if you're wondering about this, why it stops at the Maryland borders with Delaware and Pennsylvania. Don't worry, with Alabama too, it just kind of awkwardly stops at borders. Sometimes maps don't include the full story. I don't think it's like anything arbitrary. I think it's arbitrary. But as you can see, it got up to 20.65 inches of rain. 689 sites recorded rainfall. So again, probably not up there. It immediately crossed into Georgia. The path at first actually seems similar to that of tropical storm Danny, which if I could find a rainfall map, I would actually compare it. But unlike Danny, it curved up, so it became a tropical depression around here, and then the tropical circulation kind of dissipated like about here over this area of either Kentucky or Virginia. And I'm gonna say Kentucky, given I'm gonna say Virginia based off where the curve is, but you know the two maps don't necessarily align. The low then crossed back into North Carolina, and then it kind of crossed at the border right when it exited off the coast. So again, 1940 South Carolina hurricane. 30 people died in the flooding in North Carolina. $10 million in damage. I mean, in total, it was only $13 million in damage, and 52 deaths. So a lot of the destruction actually occurred in the state of North Carolina, which, as you'll see with flooding disasters, is actually quite common. Now, one other thing that we're going to do is we're also going to react to a video on the 1899 Arctic blast by the StormShield. The StormShield hasn't uploaded for like 4 years or something like that. But they made videos for 4 years before that. So we're gonna go into react to it. This video was made on February 9th, 2016, which only makes sense.
The National Weather Service
that's just their videos. But yeah, they haven't uploaded since it says 3 years ago. It really was more than 3 years ago. They stopped making these videos. I mean, if you look at their fifth most recent video, it was talking about the and the fourth too was talking about the 2017 solar eclipse. Then their two videos were winter forecast. The second and third most recent videos were the winter forecast 2017 and 2018. And then the last one was actually a year-end review of the weather in 2017, talking about the 8 most notable weather events. So, yeah. So this is just an ad. So yeah, here's a video. Let's watch it.
Polar vortex, schmolar vortex. At least that's what anybody would say who lived through the great Arctic outbreak of 1899. I'm meteorologist Jason Myers, and even after more than 100 years, This mid-February Arctic outbreak still stands as the coldest the United States has ever felt. Temperatures fell below 0 degrees Fahrenheit across every state in the Union, which, by the way, every state in the Union in 1899 was all of them except for these five.
By the way, as for the five that you didn't show, Utah, Arizona, New Mexico, Alaska, and Hawaii, all of them except Hawaii have gotten below 0 degrees Fahrenheit at a point. Hawaii's coldest, I think, was about 12 degrees Fahrenheit. But yeah, by the way, they say below 0 degrees Fahrenheit every state. This means that every state had a point get below 0. But, like, for example, if you look at Miami's coldest temperature, that's not relevant. Miami, okay, that's wrong. 40 degrees Fahrenheit is 4 degrees Celsius. But yeah, the record low in Miami is 30 degrees Fahrenheit. So they never got below 0. That, I think, was like somewhere near Tallahassee or maybe in Tallahassee that got there. So it's a little bit unreliable. Basically, every single state had a point get below 0, but not every single point got below 0.
It was already frigid cold across the entire country in early February when an extremely cold air mass drove south from Saskatchewan, Canada. The West Coast felt the chill first before it spread out across the rest of the country. 12 all-time state record low temperatures were broken as...
If you're wondering, Texas was negative 23, Louisiana was negative 16, negative 47 in Nebraska, negative 2 in Florida, negative 12 in Georgia, negative 11 in South Carolina, negative 30 in Tennessee, negative 33 in Kentucky, negative 39 in Ohio, negative 35 in West Virginia, negative 29 in Virginia, and negative 39 in Pennsylvania. Those were the 12.
As the mercury just kept falling. 4 of those records still stand today.
That was a negative 16 in Nebraska, Louisiana. So the thing kind of went, they can only barely see the negative 39 in Ohio, the negative 2 in Florida, and then the negative 47 in Nebraska. Those are the 4 that still remain today.
During this epic cold spell, at least 100 people died, livestock was lost, and plants and trees didn't live to see the spring. But it wasn't all bad. Many were able to prepare thanks to the advanced warnings provided by the Weather Bureau. Farmers saw improved soil conditions because of freezing and thawing and fewer bugs eating their crops. And finally, there was a record number of babies born that Thanksgiving. You do the math and figure that one out on your own. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel for more videos like this, and down below in the comments, let me know what you would have done during the Great Arctic Outbreak in 1899.
So, yeah, that's about that. Again, it's currently 9:17 p.m. now. So again, this is my first real video back on the channel. Nice to be back. So yeah.